1 week later, I sit at my kitchen table. Stacks of papers cover the surface like fallen snow. Bank statements, receipts, transfer records all mixed together. I start sorting them with trembling fingers. The numbers blur, then sharpen into painful clarity. 10,000 here, 5,000 there. Month after month, year after year. Every line tells the same story. Give, give, give. To them. Always to them. Mom's emergency dental work. Dad's slow freelance season. My brother's temporary car problem. All of it paid by me. My teacher's salary stretched thin like glass. Rent late. Credit card maxed out. Still, I kept sending money. Because family. Because guilt. Because they taught me that love means sacrifice. I believed them. Now I can see the truth printed in black ink. $40,000 gone. 3 years erased. And for what? Not one thank you. Not one visit in the hospital. Only new requests like clockwork. A message flashes on my phone. It's my brother again. He wants to know if I can pay his phone bill. I laugh, but it sounds more like breaking. The sound echoes in the quiet room. I open a notebook and start writing. Each entry a record of what I gave. Each page a reminder of what they took. I write until my hand aches. Until the words stop feeling real. How did I let it go this far? Maybe I thought giving meant control. Maybe I thought they'd love me if I kept them afloat. But love built on debt isn't love. It's dependency wrapped in affection. Lan's voice rings in my mind. People will take what you keep offering. She's right. I offered everything. Even my health. I touch the faint bruise on my arm from the IV needle. It feels like a scar now. A warning sign I ignored too long. The apartment hums with silence. No footsteps, no voices, no demands. Only the tick of the clock. Each second feels like a heartbeat of truth. I take a deep breath and open my email. My fingers hover over the keyboard. I start typing. Dear Mom, Dad, and Ben, I can't send money anymore. The words look small on the screen, but they feel enormous. I reread the message once. Twice. The urge to delete it creeps in. I almost hit backspace. Then I remember the hospital lights. The beeping. The exhaustion. The emptiness. No more. I press send. The sound of the email whooshing out feels like a door closing. The first real boundary of my life. I sit there breathing. No response yet. But I know it will come. It always does. For now, the quiet is enough. For now, I let myself feel the weight lifting. It's fragile, but it's mine. The silence doesn't last long. My phone buzzes before sunrise. Mom's name lights up the screen. Her message is short and sharp. How could you do this to us? Another follows from Dad. You're overreacting. We just need help. Then Ben adds his own. Don't be selfish. Family comes first. The words slice through my calm like glass. I turn the phone face down. The urge to reply burns in my chest. To explain. To justify. To make them understand. But understanding isn't what they want. They want control. Lan stops by with coffee that morning. She takes one look at me and sighs. They're pushing again, aren't they? I nod, unable to speak. She sets the cup down gently. You don't owe them your peace. Her voice is steady, grounding. I cling to it like a rope. We sit in quiet for a while. Outside, snow drifts against the window. Lan finally says, you can block them, you know. I stare at her, startled. Block my family. The thought feels impossible. Wrong, even. But the idea plants itself deep inside me. After she leaves, I open my messages again. The screen is a battlefield of guilt. Texts, missed calls, voicemails. each one louder than the last. Mom's voice trembles in the recordings. I don't know what we did to deserve this. Dad's tone hardens. After everything we sacrificed for you. Ben's words drip with accusation. You'll regret this when we're gone. My throat tightens, but I don't cry. I scroll until I reach the top. Old messages, full of thank yous and hearts. Then more requests. Then more silence. Then more demands. The pattern is undeniable. It was never about love. Only about what I could provide. I select their names one by one. My thumb hesitates. Then I press mute. Not block. Not yet. Just silence. The notifications stop. The apartment exhales with me. Hours later, I find myself writing again. Not lists this time. Letters. To myself. You are not cruel for saying no. You are not broken for being tired. You are allowed to rest. I tape the notes on the fridge. Little reminders of truth. By evening, the guilt begins to fade. In its place, something steadier grows. Resolve. Freedom in small doses. The next day, Lan texts again. Want to go for a walk? I almost decline out of habit. Then I realize I have no excuses left. I put on my coat and step outside. The air is sharp, alive. Each breath feels new. Lan smiles when she sees me. See, the world didn't end. I laugh for the first time in weeks. Maybe it didn't end. Maybe it's just beginning. 3 weeks pass in uneasy quiet. Then the call comes late one night. Dad's voice is strained and urgent. Your mother collapsed. The ambulance is here. My stomach twists into knots. Without thinking, I grab my keys. The drive feels endless and empty. When I arrive, the house is dark but calm. No flashing lights. No paramedics. Just the smell of dinner and detergent. Mom sits on the couch in her robe, scrolling her phone. She looks up, startled but not sick. Oh, you came so fast, she says weakly. Her cheeks are flushed, not pale. Her eyes flick toward Dad. He avoids my gaze. What happened? I ask. She fainted, he says too quickly. But she's fine now. The lie hangs heavy in the air. I see an untouched cup of tea on the table. A half-eaten slice of cake. Nothing about this feels like an emergency. I kneel beside her, studying her face. No IV marks. No hospital bracelet. Just the faint scent of perfume. Are you sure you called an ambulance? She hesitates. Then she smiles, small and rehearsed. I didn't want to worry you. The words clang in my ears. Dad clears his throat. Since you're here, maybe you can look at the bills. There it is. The real reason. My chest burns with disbelief. You lied, I whisper. Mom's lips tremble. You don't understand. We're desperate. I stand, heart pounding. For a moment, I almost fall back into the script. The caretaker. The savior. But something in me stays still. I see everything now. The pattern, the manipulation. Lan's words echo again. You can't heal in the same place that broke you. I grab my coat. Dad's voice rises behind me. Don't walk out like this. I don't turn around. Outside, the cold air slices my skin. I breathe it in anyway. Each inhale feels cleaner than the last. By the time I reach my car, my hands stop shaking. My phone buzzes with new messages already. Mom, we just needed help. Dad, you're overreacting. Ben, unbelievable. She's not even sick. My breath catches at that one. Even he admits it. I save the text, then screenshot it. Evidence. Proof that I'm not losing my mind. Back home, I send it to Lan. She replies instantly. Start documenting everything. Her confidence steadies me. I open a new folder on my laptop. I name it Truth. Inside, I upload bank statements, screenshots, voicemails. Each file is a piece of the puzzle. Each click is a step out of the cage. When I'm done, I sit in the dark and whisper to myself. They can't control me anymore. The words sound strange but powerful. Somewhere deep inside, I believe them. For the first time, I actually believe them. The storm begins online. I wake to dozens of notifications. Posts, comments, messages. Mom's face fills my screen. She's sitting in a recliner, looking frail and pale. A caption beneath the photo reads, "Pray for me." The words twist like knives. My daughter abandoned us in our time of need. Hundreds of comments follow. Poor woman. Ungrateful child. Children these days have no heart. My chest tightens as I scroll. Dad has shared the post too. Ben added a link to a fundraiser. Please help our struggling parents. Donations already climbing. My hands tremble, but not from guilt. From anger. From betrayal. Lan calls as if she felt it through the air. Don't react yet, she says. Be smart. I breathe through the heat in my throat. We meet that afternoon, with her laptop open. We gather the files from the folder I named Truth. Receipts, screenshots, bank transfers. Ben's text admitting the lie. Lan helps me craft my response. Not emotional. Not cruel. Just facts. I post one calm message. To those concerned, here are the records. Then I attach the evidence. Every transfer labeled clearly. Every message time-stamped. The truth glows like a light in the dark. At first, silence. Then confusion in the comments. Then disbelief. Then empathy. People begin to see the pattern. The story shifts. Wait, she paid their bills for years. Why didn't they mention that? I close my eyes and exhale. Not victory, but relief. The weight begins to lift. Hours later, the fundraiser disappears. Mom deletes her post. Dad's account goes quiet. Ben sends one message. How could you humiliate us like this? I don't reply. Lan texts again. You did it. You told your story. That night, the apartment feels new. No buzzing phone. No guilt clawing at my skin. Just silence. Peaceful, heavy silence. I make tea and sit by the window. The city hums below, unaware of my war. I think about all the times I stayed silent. All the times I said yes when I meant no. Not anymore. I've given them truth instead of money. They can do what they want with it. The next morning, my inbox fills again. But this time, the messages are different. Aunt Clara, I'm so sorry, I didn't know. Old coworkers, proud of you for standing up. Even strangers send words of support. The tide has turned. Mom may still cry on camera. Dad may still spin stories. But the world finally sees me. Not as the ungrateful daughter, but as the woman who said enough. I watch the sunrise through my window. The light feels softer than before. For once, it doesn't hurt to be seen. The message arrives on a Tuesday morning. A formal invitation from my parents' lawyer. They want to resolve matters privately. My pulse quickens, but I know what it means. Lan insists I don't go alone. She gives me the number of a friend, a lawyer named Rachel. We meet at a quiet cafe before the meeting. Rachel reviews my files with calm precision. You have everything you need, she says. Her voice is steady, professional, certain. We walk together into the conference room. My parents sit at one side of the table. Ben slouches beside them, avoiding my eyes. Their lawyer clears his throat. Thank you for coming, Ms. Nguyen. Mom looks fragile, her eyes red from rehearsed tears. Sweetheart, we just want peace. Dad adds quickly, and fairness. Rachel folds her hands. What kind of fairness are we discussing? Their lawyer slides a document forward. A printed agreement for monthly payments. For your parents' care, he explains. I glance at the paper. It's not care. It's control, dressed as obligation. Mom sniffles softly. You promised you'd always take care of us. The words sound like chains. I sit very still. Then I open my folder. One by one, I place the evidence on the table. Bank statements, transfer receipts, screenshots of their requests, $40,000 in quiet sacrifices. Rachel speaks before anyone can interrupt. These documents show a clear pattern of exploitation. Dad's jaw tightens. That's not how family works. I meet his stare. Maybe that's the problem. Ben shifts uncomfortably, eyes darting to Mom. Rachel slides another paper forward. A cease and desist regarding defamation. Mom's face loses color. Defamation, we're your parents. You're also adults who spread lies, I say softly. The silence is thick and electric. Dad's voice rises. You ungrateful. Rachel raises a hand. I'd advise you to stop. I turn to them, my voice steady. There will be no more money, no more manipulation. Mom looks at me like she's seeing a stranger. Who are you? She whispers. I'm the person you taught to give everything, I answer. But I'm done giving. I stand, gathering my folder. Rachel nods, following my lead. Their lawyer murmurs something about future contact. There won't be any, Rachel says. We step outside into the bright afternoon. The air feels lighter, almost unreal. I can still hear their voices, fatting behind me. Accusations, pleas, regret. But none of it reaches me anymore. Rachel glances at me with a small smile. You did well, she says. I nod, exhaling the weight of years. For once, I don't feel small. I don't feel guilty. I feel free. A year passes quietly, almost tenderly. The apartment feels like sunlight made solid. Plants spill from the windowsill, green and alive. The walls are no longer bare, but full of color. Children's drawings, thank you notes, bright reminders of life. My mornings begin with calm instead of dread. Coffee, music, silence. I no longer wake to begging messages or guilt. Only my own breathing. Only peace. Work feels lighter too. The students laugh more, and so do I. Their energy fills the classroom like sunlight after rain. When I speak, my voice carries strength again. I see the difference in their eyes. They see it too. Lan visits often, bringing Thai food and laughter. We talk about everything but the past. Sometimes we just sit in silence and smile. It feels enough. One afternoon, a young teacher stays late grading papers. Her name is Lynn, and she looks exhausted. Her hands shake as she marks test sheets. I recognize that look immediately. The look of someone breaking while pretending to be fine. I sit beside her and offer tea. She forces a smile. My mom's sick again. I'm helping with the bills. Her voice trembles like glass. I nod slowly. I used to say that sentence a lot. She looks at me, puzzled. What changed? I learned that love isn't measured by money, I say. It's measured by honesty and balance. She doesn't answer, but tears glimmer in her eyes. Before leaving, I hand her a small envelope. Inside is a list of therapists and support groups. No pressure, just options. She whispers, thank you. Her gratitude feels familiar, but this time it doesn't drain me. It fills me. That night, I write in my journal. Freedom isn't loud, it's quiet and it grows slowly. Outside, rain taps softly against the glass. I breathe in the rhythm, steady and real. My phone vibrates once. A message from Ben. I think I understand now. I'm sorry. The words glow faintly in the dark. No excuses, no demands, just 7 small words. I read them twice, then type a simple reply. Thank you, I hope you're well. Then I set the phone down and exhale. No tears, no anger. Just release. The rain fades, replaced by a deep stillness. I light a candle and let the warmth spread. The flame flickers against the walls, alive and gentle. I look around my home, my sanctuary. Everything here exists because I finally chose myself. The jade plant by the window stretches toward the sky. Its leaves shimmer in the candlelight, full and strong. I smile, realizing it has grown roots just like me. Deep, unshakable, free. Sometimes the bravest act isn't forgiveness or confrontation. It's learning to stay at peace when the past knocks again. Tonight, I let the world be quiet. I let myself belong fully to this silence. And for the first time, I feel whole. The sun sets behind the city skyline. Light spills through my window, soft and golden. I sit with a cup of tea, watching the colors fade. The air feels warm, like quiet forgiveness. No buzzing phone. No expectations waiting to be met. Just breath. Just peace. I think of who I used to be. The woman who gave until she vanished. The one who mistook silence for love. She's gone now, buried beneath the word enough. In her place stands someone new. Someone steady. Someone free. A knock echoes faintly from the hallway. I don't rush to answer. I finish my tea first. Small acts of patience, small acts of power. The world outside keeps spinning, unchanged. But inside, everything is different. The scars still exist, but they no longer ache. They tell a story of survival, not surrender. I close my eyes and smile. The quiet hum of the city fades into calm. My life, once borrowed, is finally mine again. And for the first time, I don't owe anyone a thing.